This week, we're doing what we love to do best, and that's bow hunt. I got Jake running the camera on a big buck. Jeremy's got one that's been teasing him for a week. Stay tuned and see how it all plays out. You're watching Louisiana Outdoors TV.
Louisiana Outdoors TV, brought to you by Matthews Archery, Progressive Waste Solutions, Friendly Power Sports, and Rotolo's Pizzeria.
We're heading to a spot where my buddy Dave shot a good one the year before, but we've always had to walk in the woods and skirt the edge of this field. But on this hunt, we met the neighbors, and not only did they give us permission to cross the field, they told us where they've been seeing some good ones. And it just so happens to be across the road, which is where my stand was hung yesterday. But right now, we're fixing to walk across this field and call this deer in. Got in here, Dave. If I say to put the stand over there, Dave puts the stand 50 yards over here. And in typical Dave fashion, I asked him to put it up over there where we were last year, where these trails converge. And he put it down the hill here, so it's going to be interesting to see. Somebody's going to be right, and we'll have it on footage. So if the deer comes through here, it'll be a big fat smiley face thank you to Dave. But if he comes from there, then I guess I'll still have to thank Dave because he lets us hunt up here, so it's all good. Now you might notice, if I'm rattling and grunting, I'm doing it because I want to call a deer in. And I have to think it just might happen. As soon as I call, my release is hooked up and my bow is in my hand. Bow hunting happens up close, and there's no second chances if you're not ready.
If you hunt hard, then you need the right gear at the right price. Welcome to HuntersBundle.com, where on select items, you can bundle something free. With over 28,000 inventory items, they carry all of your hunting needs, including archery, crossbows, game cameras, feeders, and more. Buy and pick your choice of 4 free items. Visit HuntersBundle.com for some of the lowest prices on the internet and bundle something free.
Before experiencing it, you won't know dependability. Unless you've drawn it, you haven't felt smooth. Until you shoot it, you've yet to be this accurate. The Matthews Creed. Rethink your possibilities.
Louisiana Outdoors on I-59 and Pearl River is the most comprehensive full-service archery pro shop in the Southeast, complete with an indoor range, techno-hunt video system, and an outdoor elevated shooting tower. We carry beginner and advanced lines such as Matthews, Hoyt, PSC, and Mission. We also stock all of your quality hunting needs and brands like Old Man, Millennium, Summit, Matthews Apparel, and much more.
Look for the big truck
on I-59 and Pearl River.
Mom's eyes with Dad's smile, Grandpa's spirit, and Grandma's grace. Our children inherit this earth. Let's leave them something worth holding on to. Recycling is now available for homes and businesses in your area. Think beyond today. To find out more, go to progressivewaste.com.
Now I got this deer called in at 17 yards, but being it's the first few days of the hunt, he's just not what I'm going to Iowa for. My cameraman's telling me to shoot him, but I gotta let him go. After all, if I'd have shot this little buck, what would Jeremy have shot on the last day? He did. He shot the little buck that I let go by. And I ain't lying. He's right there looking at the back of your head.
That may be so, but there's 2 of us here, and I don't see anything looking at the back of your head.
It's about to get even colder.
If you bow hunt, you know that when that buck steps out, he's not always going to give you that straight-on chip shot that your 3D target does in your yard. So on this Louisiana Outdoors TSO field tip, we're going to look at some things to think about as you practice for bow hunting. Your body position in a stand is probably going to be a little different than that straight-on shot in the yard. Shooting level, your body position makes for a perfectly fit bow. And to keep this position in a tree, you'll need to bend at the waist rather than simply dropping your arm. And is a shot directly under the tree an easy one? Only if you've practiced it. It's not uncommon to shoot an inch or two high from an elevated stand, so be sure you set your sights for the elevation that you intend to hunt. And yardage estimation is probably the one that gets us the most. It's a skill that most of us can develop only by practicing it, and 3D archery can be great for this. Walk up to the stake, guess the yardage, and take the shot. You'll learn quickly how good your yardage estimation is, and you'll get better as you practice. If you use a rangefinder, range a few key points from your stand in a couple different directions where you think the deer might come from. You can mark these in your mind, but I always like to have that backup guessing skill for when the situation changes. And lastly, simply, can you see them? Once upon a time, I couldn't, and I learned a valuable lesson. We know a lot of times deer like to come out during that first or last few minutes of legal shooting light. Practice for it. You might find out you need a bigger peep to let more light in. You might need a sight light to light up your pins. Or maybe even your sight light is too bright and the glare keeps you from seeing the deer. So shoot late in the evening once in a while and you'll find out. So practice for bow hunting. And keep the wind in your face, the sun to your back, and your bow in your hand. And I hope these Louisiana Outdoors TSO field tips help you make one's tongue stick out.
Everywhere in here. This is a spot that Skip and I hunted 2 or 3 times last year, or actually every time last year. Brad would say, "Where y'all hunting?" Same spot. Every time we were in here, we would see bucks going everywhere. Skip shot at a nice buck right over here. He shot another buck right there a couple days later, and he shot a doe right there a couple days later than that. But that's the tree right there. We're gonna jump up there and hang the stand on the back side of it. Too hard. I'll just hold it. All we need is that big one to come through here. Go ahead and get this over with. Get some rest. There's no place like Iowa. There's no place place like Iowa. Maybe if I click my heels together, it'll work. Well, we hadn't had any action this morning yet, but we know they're in here. It's right at the last part of the pre-run. So we're gonna make a little racket. See if we can't call one in here. We know there's some big deer in this area. We got them on camera. Got some video of them.
Wait a second. You always whistle when you grunt.
That's what you call my signature combo snort, wheeze, grunt. You got to slip a little air in with the wheezer when you're grunting. Definitely not for beginners. Maybe if they're still asleep, that woke them up. One of the cool things about hunting Iowa is that if the weather is right, you can have deer activity all day long. Where we come from in the south, most of our deer activity seems to happen mostly at night, and our rut's pretty hard to pinpoint. But up here, the magic number seems to be around the 10th of November. And give or take a few days, if you can be in the stand during this time of the year, you better have your grunt collar in your pocket and your hand on your bow, because more than likely, something's gonna happen.
Rotolo's Pizzeria and Kids Fun Zone, located in Pearl River, Louisiana, is a full-service restaurant and sports bar featuring 13 big-screen TVs, Italian cuisine, and weekly live music for mom and dad, all while the kids enjoy supervised play in the 3,000-square-foot Fun Zone, loaded with a rock-climbing wall, inflatables, video entertainment, and more. Bring the whole family anytime or for LSU and Saints football. Come to Pearl River for the best date night your kids ever had.
Happy Camper Service Center is your Christian-owned and operated RV parts and service center. Interior customizing, RV appliance repair, towing accessories, enclosed trailer conversions, roof installation and maintenance are just a few things we offer. We accept extended warranties and insurance claims to get you back to camping. Can't bring it in? We'll come to you. We offer mobile units across the entire Gulf Coast. We're located at 40 Howell Road in Picayune, Mississippi.
Wouldn't you like to be a happy camper too?
Louisiana Outdoors on I-59 and Pearl River is the most comprehensive full-service archery pro shop in the Southeast, complete with an indoor range, techno-hunt video system, and an outdoor elevated shooting tower. We carry beginner and advanced lines such as Matthews, Hoyt, PSC, and Mission. We also stock all of your quality hunting needs and brands like Old Man, Millennium, Summit, Matthews Apparel, and much more.
Look for the big truck!
On I-59 and Pearl River.
In Iowa now, boy, coming here to run a camera. It's a long flight just to hold a camera. Go get on it. Look at all the deer. Look at all the deer. Look like you're sitting. Look at these deer. What the heck? Buckshot or doe shot. Look at this deer on the right. That's the buck. Right here to our right. Straight to our right.
What around the car?
Look, he's going behind the shed. He's passing behind the shed already. Get down. Right here. A buck. Oh, got one.
I should have just hit it with the truck. Tagged out with its bumper. Tagged out with the front tag. Because Iowa is a two-tag state. On the running vehicle or on the back. I'm disgusted. With all these deer out here in the fields and we're hunting down in the woods where they're not.
Now that I got my cameraman Jake, it's time to slip into that hot spot across the road that the neighbor farmers told us that we had to hunt. I got the stand set up a few days earlier, so it should be good and scent free. And hopefully we can get in this bedding area stand and catch a buck cruising through looking for does. We only have 2 days left to hunt, so we're definitely getting down to the wire. And no sooner than we get all set up and ready, we got 2 bucks fighting in the cornfield. And an hour later, we got a doe standing in front of us, and there he is behind her.
Where we come from, it's a rare occasion to see a good buck working a scrape, but today, this big boy decided to give us a show. He does it all.
Man, this is getting good. We got a doe to our right and the bucks behind her, upwind to the left. They're relaxed, they're browsing. We've been watching them for 10 minutes, and all I gotta do is be patient and not make a mistake. So I feel good. I passed at a 50-yard shot. They're still relaxed and browsing. And my experience tells me that patience is where I want to be. I just need him to take 2 more steps towards her, and he's in a clear, and I'm going to take a 40-yard shot. Man, I cannot believe that just happened. If I didn't have any bad luck on this trip, I don't think I'd have any luck at all. The wind was right, everything was perfect, and we've been watching this deer for 15 minutes. And then the doe just decides to play chase in the wrong direction. You know what, guys? If a good buck was killed every time we went in the woods, then I don't think we could call it hunting.
You know, we could show you all the hunts where everything went right, but that's not reality. We don't hunt in a petting zoo. The hunts are made up of memories of the ones that got away and the ones that didn't. Like most of you out there, we hunt hard.
Yep, and we sat in a tree 12 days on that hunt, and on 6 of them, we didn't come down all day. And that deer I passed in the first couple of days, I don't regret it a bit. But I can promise you one thing, on Louisiana Outdoors TV, join us next week and something's gonna die.
If you hunt hard, then you need the right gear at the right price. Welcome to HuntersBundle.com, where on select items, you can bundle something free. With over 28,000 inventory items, they carry all of your hunting needs, including archery, crossbows, game cameras, feeders, and more. Buy and pick your choice of 4 free items. Visit HuntersBundle.com for some of the lowest prices on the internet and bundle something free.